Unfriended, Dark Web. The film starts with Maisha's O'Brien, Colin Woodell, working on a new laptop he has acquired, originally belonging to someone named Nora Civ. After multiple attempts to figure out the password, Maisha's opens it with simply a question mark. He starts to work on his app Papaya, which hears the user's voice and posts their words on the screen. He is making it for his deaf girlfriend Amaya, Stephanie Nogueras. She gets on a video chat with him so he can show it to her, but she is upset because the app only makes it convenient for her to understand him, but not for him to understand her. She hangs up. Maisha logs out of Nora's Facebook page, but still starts to see messages addressed to Nora, asking for plane tickets. Maisha gets on a Skype video call with his friends, tech whiz Damon, Andrew Leeds, conspiracy theorist AJ, Connor Del Rio, DJ Lex, Savira Windyani, and couple Serena, Rebecca Rittenhouse, and Nari, Betty Gabriel. They start to play Cards Against Humanity, while Maisha tries to get back in touch with Amaya. The computer keeps crashing, so Maisha asks Damon for help. He tells Maisha to clean out the hard drive since it may be full. Maisha sees that this is indeed the case. During the call, AJ spouts off his loony theories, while Serena and Nari reveal that they just got engaged. We also learn that Serena wishes she told her mom sooner because she is in the hospital on life support due to the cancer that has made it to her brain. On Facebook, Maisha continues to see messages for Nora. One of them is from someone named Erica Dunn, Alexa Mansour. The messages get more aggressive until Erica turns out to be Nora C, and they claim that Maisha stole their laptop, despite him claiming he got it off Craigslist. He finally admits to having taken it from the cafe and says he will return it to where he found it. As he is logging out, Maisha notices something on the laptop in the files section. He shares the screen with his other friends. Maisha sees a message for Nora about payment that they received for a video that Nora shared. The user, CHARON68, talks to Maisha through another message board, asking if the payment went through. He asks what it was for, and they mention a video, as well as trephination in the video. Maisha has to look up trephination, and he and his friends learn it means drilling a hole in the skull. Maisha stops talking to CHARON68 when it gets too disturbing. Damon realizes that Nora C is just Sharon spelled backwards, being a reference to the mythological figure that guides the souls of the dead to the underworld. The group then views the videos on the laptop, which contain images of kidnapped girls that appear to be getting tortured. The last video is of a girl sleeping in her room, while a kidnapper enters the room and looks at the camera before the video ends. Maisha looks up the address on the video and sees that a girl went missing from there. It's Erica Dunn. Amaya tries to send Maisha a video call, and he answers while muting the Skype call and turning off the shared screen. She is not there, but her roommate Kelly, Chelsea Alden, goes to the camera and talks to Maisha since Amaya is taking a shower. The screen goes black on Maisha's end for a moment, but when it returns to normal, a dark hooded figure is standing behind Kelly. He attacks her and knocks her out before carrying her into the closet. The figure turns out to be Nora C. Charon IV, Douglas Tate. He writes to Maisha demanding the laptop back immediately, or he will kill Amaya. He is watching everything that Maisha says and does closely, and his messages disappear before Amaya can see them. Charon IV orders Maisha to get Amaya to come to his place in an exchange for the laptop, as well as to not let any of his friends leave the call. Before Amaya returns, Maisha notices Nari trying to call the police in response to the videos. He has to stall and say it was all a game he orchestrated since this was their game night. They appear relieved, but also pissed for being scared. Lex then leaves to take a phone call. Amaya comes back and Maisha tries to convince her to come over, with Sharon IV putting immense pressure on him. She is still upset over the app, thinking that he is not trying to make an effort to learn ASL for her, since he only went to one class that she signed him up for. Maisha admits that he got scared when the instructor said that having a relationship with someone who is deaf may put some strain on the relationship, but he truly does want it to work out for them both. Amaya then decides to take the subway to meet with Maisha, with Sharon IV following her closely, while she keeps the video chat open, so Maisha knows she is safe. In order to ensure that Sharon IV complies, Maisha transfers all the cryptocurrency in his account, amounting up to $10 million, into Maisha's own account, a move that freaks Sharon IV out. He contacts Maisha through a distorted video chat, angrily chiding him for his actions. Maisha says he will get the money and laptop back on the promise that Amaya is safe and that Erica is returned home safe as well. Macias then receives messages from the Circle, a group of hackers all using variations of Charon as their handles. They pull Macias into the river, a message board from the dark web that they all use. They appear to know about Macias making the transaction, and Charon IV is forced to reveal his face to talk to Macias. The Charons demand proof that the user is Charon IV, so he tells Macias their creed so that neither of them gets killed. Macias does so, and he is briefly left alone. The Charons hack the group chat, just like Laura in the first movie, and post a video to the chat. It shows a group of people gathering outside a building. They see what appears to be Lex standing on the roof of the building. A shadowy and distorted figure, a Charon, appears behind her and pushes her off the ledge to her death. The group is horrified, and once Amaya goes through a tunnel and loses connection, meaning Charon IV can't see Macias, he confesses that everything is real and he is being blackmailed so that Amaya can stay alive. As the group scrambles to find a solution, the Charons pull up videos of AJ's YouTube channel with audio clips of his ramblings. They then call 911 and use the audio to make it sound like AJ is planning to shoot up the mall. The call was made 10 minutes earlier, and the police are already banging on his door. The others order AJ to get on the ground, but he instead starts going up the stairs to try and talk to the police. Instead of talking, they blast AJ to death, and the group is forced to watch. Nari leaves to go get help from her friend on the police force. The Charons then play a video they caught of Nari and Serena talking before revealing their engagement to their friends and Serena talking about her mother. The Charons then share camera footage of Nari at the subway and Serena's mother on life support at the hospital. They force Serena to choose which one will live. Serena tearfully pleads with them to not do this and for them to take her instead. When the countdown ends, the Charons pull her mom off life support and one of them pushes Nari in front of the train. Another Charon finds Serena in her house and kills her off-screen. The train that killed Nari is the same one that Amaya was riding, so she gets off to take another route. Macias attempts to sign to her to meet her somewhere they know. Macias rushes to Amaya on his bike while leaving the laptop open. Damon talks to the Charons and says he has been recording everything for the police to find, along with their addresses. However, the Charons turn the tables on everyone. They take a picture of Macias and Photoshop it onto the video of the guy that kidnapped Erica. A Charon then brings Erica into Macias' closet. She wakes up and goes to the computer begging for help. There is a welt on her forehead from the trephination procedure, which she peels off to reveal the hole in her skull. The video cuts off, and Damon realizes the Charons were planning this all along, for Macias to have the laptop and the money, so it looks like he and his friends committed the kidnappings and tortures. Moments later, a Charon pulls up a Word document on the screen, just as another Charon pulls Damon in by a noose around his neck and hangs him by his closet door. The other Charon writes a fake suicide note confession as Damon slowly and painfully dies. Macias rides his bike to the spot where he and Amaya shared their first kiss. He comes across an open grave with a casket, and a Charon appears behind him and knocks him out. It cuts to later when Amaya walks by the spot and the hole has been filled. She tries to contact Macias, who is now buried underground. He tries to write to Amaya, but the Charons replace all his messages with "I wish I could sign better." He tries to video chat with her, but his mouth is distorted so that she can't read his lips. Macias desperately tries to call out to her as he is running out of air, and the last thing we see are the Charons on their separate video screens, tauntingly watching Macias slowly suffocate and begging for help. Update: in the alternate ending, Macias simply gets hit by a truck and dies. Macias O'Brien finds a laptop at a cafe to use for a new app he is designing for his deaf girlfriend Amaya. She is upset with him because she thinks the app is only convenient for him to communicate with her and not for her to communicate with him. After she stops talking to him, Macias enters a Skype call with his friends, Damon, AJ, Serena, Nari, and Lex, for game night. He starts to receive weird messages meant for the laptop's previous owner, Nora CIV. Nora CIV is really the fake name of someone going under the alias Charon IV, a member of a cult of sadistic hacker known as the Circle. They kidnap girls and share videos of them getting tortured in exchange for cryptocurrency. Charon IV's laptop contains a number of videos like that, so he threatens to kill Amaya if Macias doesn't return the laptop. He convinces Amaya to go to his house so that the exchange can be made. Macias then moves Charon IV's money to his own account to ensure that Amaya is safe and that one of the kidnapped girls, Erica Dunn, is returned safely. This move upsets the other Charons, who then target Macias and his friends. Lex is pushed off a building to her death. AJ is killed by the police when the Charons send them a fake phone call by using audio clips from his YouTube videos to make them think that he is going to shoot up the mall. Serena is forced to choose between Nari and her dying mother, and when she fails, the Charons cut off her mom's life support, push Nari in front of a train, and kill Serena in her home. Macias rushes to find Amaya, while Damon tries to get the Charons by saying he recorded the whole thing. However, this is exactly what the Charons were counting on. They intended for Macias to get the laptop and move the money into his account so that they can frame him and his friends for the crime. Damon is then hung by the neck as the Charons write a fake suicide note confession. Macias attempts to find Amaya, but the Charons get to him first and bury him alive. They even prevent him from reaching out to Amaya on Facebook, dooming him to slowly suffocate underground.